All right, I welcome you all to Engineer Dan online maths class, and we are still on indices. We are still on indices actually, and this I think this is the highest. This is the highest point for now. Exponential equations involving indices, and here we have just four questions on the board. I will just solve two, then I would like to just flex your muscles. Let's see how good you are in what you've learned today. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'll solve A and I will solve D. I'll solve A, I'll solve D. So I'll line solve B and C. Okay. All right. Let's start from A. Let's start from A. These exponential equations is just a bit different from initial equations because they can lead to they actually lead to what? Quadratic equations. Okay. All right. So let's just get to it. Okay. Let's solve the first one. 5 raised to 2x minus 26. 5 raised to x plus 25 equals to 0. Okay. Now looking at this, it looks funny, right? Yeah, you don't know what to do actually, but we can still simplify this further to have something like this here. Okay, let's say we can have 5 raised per x the way it is here, right? Let's have it here. Okay, so we can simplify this to 5 raised to power x squared, right? This and this is still the same thing, is it not? Okay, so this minus 26, 5 raised to power x plus 25 equals to 0. At this junction, this looks actually impossible to solve. Yeah, it looks impossible to solve because we really how would you actually proceed from here? How would you proceed from here? Okay, but there's still a way to solve it and make it look so easy. Okay, we can just say let m equals to 5 raised to power x. See that? M equals 5 raised to power x. So wherever we see 5 raised to power x, we substitute with what? The variable m. Okay, so here becomes m squared minus 26m plus 25 equals to 0. I think this looks familiar now. This looks more like what? That's just what? A quadratic equation. So all you need to do now is solve for m. After getting your values for m, you can now get a value for what? For x. Okay. Solving this quadratic equation, since the coefficient of m squared here is 1, we can actually follow the shortcut. And I have not done videos of quadratic equation. Maybe I'll just do it some other time. Okay, let's see. We can just follow the shortcut. So we'll just solve this easily. Get two factors, you add them up, you get minus 26, and when you multiply them, you get this 25, right? Okay, so let's see. We can have minus 1 minus 25. Yes, minus 1 minus 25. These are the factors. Minus 1 minus 25. Why? Because if it is minus 1 minus 25 is minus 26. I'm just leaving out the variables, right? Then minus 1 times minus 25 give you what? 25. But normally you should multiply the first term, which is the term with the squared, by the constant, right? May multiply the first term by the constant. And if you do that, if you do this, you get 25m squared. Multiply this by this, you get 25m squared. So the question now is, what are the factors? Two factors. The way you add them, you get minus 26. That's the middle term. And when you multiply them, you get this value. And what I said, I think I said minus 1 minus 25. When you add them up, minus 1 plus minus 25, you definitely get minus 26. So what you need to do here is just come over here and add m and add m here. You cannot say minus 1m, so you just remove the 1. That becomes minus m minus 25. You see, when you multiply these, when you multiply them, you get this. But when you add them, you get the middle term. So you see, this is now your what? Your factors. Okay. But following the shortcut, we just take the constants, the numbers. So this is now be m minus 1, m minus 25. Those are the two values, or let's say factorizing it, you definitely get this. Or should I solve it the long way? Let's see. Okay, let me just do this long way instead of following shortcut. Probably after solving quadratic equation, I'll teach you the shortcut and let's say we do it that way. Okay, so the two factors we got is minus m minus 25. So what do we do with this? Substitute with the middle term. Substitute with the middle term. Okay, remove the middle term and put that. So that becomes m squared minus m minus, okay, that should be m there, sorry, minus 25m plus 25 equals to 0. So we just remove this and impute all that, okay? So what do you do? Group them, leaving the middle sign. Group them in twos, leaving the middle sign. So what's common here? M into bracket m minus 1. And what's common here? We have 25 into bracket m minus 1. Note, what's in the first bracket must be what will be in the second bracket. That's a must, okay? If it's not, that means if you're missing it somewhere, so you just have to do what? Go back and see where you're missing it, okay? All right, we pick this and pick this. We pick m and pick minus 25. That's m minus 25. I'll pick one of these. Since they are twin, just pick one, okay? That's m minus 1 equals to 0. You see, we are back to what we would have gotten initially, just like that, okay? All right. These are the two factors. So what do we do? Just solve for m by equating the first bracket to 0 and solve for m again by equating the second bracket to 0. Okay, without rubbing this off, let's just do it somewhere here. We have m minus 25 equals to 0, right? Minus 25 goes over there, m becomes what? 25. That's the first value for m. We pick the second bracket. M minus 1 equals to 0. Now, taking the constant to the right hand side, we have m equals to 1, right? Now we have two values for m. We have two values for m. Okay, I don't want to rub this off, so let's just sort this thing out over here. Since we have two values of m, we'll come back here. Initially, we said let m be equal to what? 5 raised to power x, is it not? Okay, so since we said this, we can actually say since m equals to 5 raised to power x, the first value of m is what? 25. We have 25 equals to 5 raised to power x. Is it not? Now we can see 25 can be in a base of 5, right? So this 5 squared equals 5 raised to power x. Normally in indices, when the bases are equal, the powers are equal. So here we have x equals to what? 2. That's the first answer. X equals 2. Okay? Now the second one, when m is 1, we still have that when we said m is 5 raised to power x. And what is m here? M is 1 equals to 5 raised to power x. Now what gives us 1 in indices? It means it's what? 5 raised to power 0, that's 1, is it not? 5 raised to power 0 is 1, is it not? So here you see the bases are the same, is it not? Okay. That means x equals to 0. So what's the final answer? The final answer for this question is x equals to 0 and 2, okay? So it's either 0 or 2, or 0 and 2, okay? X equals 0 or 2, okay? Alright. You get it? Very simple, right? It's bulky, but one after the other, little by little, you get to where we are now, okay? Alright, we're solving the next one. We're solving the next one. So let me just wipe this off, right? Let me wipe this off. We'll solve the next one now. Let's solve the next one. Let's see. It's like I'm going to divide this board into two so that you can do this better. Okay, let's see. The next one, we have 2 raised to power 2x plus 2 raised to power x plus 1 minus 8 equals to 0. Okay? We simplify this. How do we do that? Okay, this is the same thing as 2 raised to power x all squared, right? Same thing. Plus, now 2 raised to power x plus 1. This one is like 2 raised to power 1, is it not? Okay, so that's 2 raised to power x times 2 raised to power 1. We're taking it back, is it not? Okay, here's minus 8 equals to what? 0. Indices, when they're multiplying, the powers add. So definitely there's 2 raised to power 1 brought it back here. Okay? Alright. What's the next thing to do? This is now just say let a equals to 2 raised to power x. Is it not? So here we have a raised to power 2 plus a times 2 minus 8 equals to 0. So we can just say this is a raised to power 2 plus 2a minus 8 equals to 0. Okay, all right. Let's just solve this in the shortcut so we'll have space to do other things. Okay, so see, and this also only works when the coefficient of x squared is what? 1. If the coefficient of x squared or m squared or x squared is not 1, you can't actually use this. Okay, so what we do here, we just look for two factors that multiply to get this, and we'll add them, we get this. Just add a here, add a here. What are the two factors? Two numbers, when you multiply, you get this, and when you add them up, you get 2. That's, let's say, plus 4 minus 2, right? Plus 4 minus 2. So you just come here and say plus 4 and come here and say minus 2. Simple. That's simple. Because if you do plus 4 times minus 2, you get minus 8, and plus 4 minus 2, you get what? Plus 2. Alright, what's the next thing to do? Equate these two brackets to 0 and do what? Solve for a. So here becomes a plus 4 equals to 0, a equals to minus 4, and a minus 2 equals to 0, a equals to 2. So we have to simplify this. This is value for a, but they ask us to solve for what? X. So we have to get x. We say since a equals to 2 raised power x, this a is equal to 2 raised power x, and a is minus 4, say minus 4 equals to 2 raised power x. At this junction, I don't think there's actually nothing you can do here. So here, you just put it down, no what? No solution for this. No solution for that. Alright, let's try it again. Since a is equal to 2 raised power x, right? And a is 2, right? A is 2. Now, what we're going to say 2 equals to 2 raised power x. And 2 is the same as 2 raised power 1 equals to 2 raised power x. Is it not? Alright, here the bases are the same, so we have to equate the powers x equals to 1. That means value of x here is just 1. Just 1. Only 1. It has only one solution. X here have only what? One solution. The other one doesn't, I mean, cannot work out. So we just put down there as what? No solution. Okay. I think this will be the end of indices class. In our next class, move on to logarithm. Show the relationship between indices and logarithm. Solve questions involving indices and logarithm. Then we'll now move on to swords. After that, I think we're done with a particular week's topic. Then we'll move on to the next topic.